feel like a massive imposter being here because yeah, I think okay, good, we're all imposters. So my name is Mags and I am 38, I've got 2 children, one nearly 3 who rules the roost and one who's 6. I live in North West London and I am a social worker by profession, but I now coach and mentor newly qualified social workers who come through the profession. But I'm currently off work at the moment because I have just survived bowel cancer. So I was diagnosed in January. Still feels really weird to say that. And I went through 3 gruelling operations that resulted in sepsis and a stoma bag. So 2 months ago I had my last operation. Thankfully, I was considered early, so it was stage 2, and I didn't need chemotherapy or radiotherapy, and the universe was looking down on me because I have made so many amazing friends in the cancer community, mainly from Instagram, who are now going through horrible treatment, and it's just horrible. So I set up a public page called @Boweltastic, mainly to raise awareness, but also for it to be kind of my personal journal through chronicling this shitstorm. And I mean that literally, if you know what bowel cancer is. And so now I'm sort of navigating my way through kind of recovery and getting back into having normal conversations with healthy people that don't have cancer, because that's all I've done for the last 3 months. But what I'm really proud of is that I was involved in a project, darling, called True Cancer Bodies, and for my sins, and I'm telling you, it is my sins, I was in the Mail Online. I know, my liberal lefty insides were basically hurling dirty fruit at me because thankfully I put a different name because not because of the Mail Online, but because a social worker, I don't want people Googling me. But yeah, in the knickers and bras with all my scars out, all my 8 scars on my stomach, quite a big one. But basically it was in response to the Fashion Targets Breast Cancer campaign, where basically it was kind of pink and fluffy, lots of celebrities talking about how, you know, their bosom buddy kind of got them through cancer. Totally inappropriate. People lose their breasts in breast cancer treatment often, and it was a collective of the cancer community. We organised a photo shoot within 3 days down Hitchin with 40 amazing people who have gone through treatment, some with no hair, some with scars like me. Yeah, we were in the Sun, the Mail Online, the Metro, and we are going to be in a BBC interview talking about why we set it up. I have met some of the most amazing people through that community. I cannot tell you, I have never felt less, I've never felt alone, less isolated, and who knew that Instagram could be such a... And before I actually had cancer, I was in the beginning, I'd actually got my pack through Gingerbread to set up a local single parents gingerbread group in my local group. There is none where I live in Harrow. And then obviously got ill, but I'm hoping it's going to be one of my goals for the next year. I do have a bit of a hobby, so I have the kind of like a semi-blog on Instagram, but I do have a little bit of a hobby, creative side, which really helped me through the recovery as well. I wouldn't quite say it's a business, although I did have a store on Spitalfields 3 years ago, but I haven't, and I would really like to go into private practice with my coaching, because, yeah, coaching social workers is hard, and they often don't turn up for appointments. So yeah, so I've rambled on enough. I'm like still pinching myself that.
I don't know what your hobby is. Yeah,
my hobby. So basically, I'm very, 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 very obsessed with African print Ankara fabric. I have been for about 15 years when I became a youth worker in Holston, and so I basically just used to just buy loads of fabric, and then I worked in Hackney as a social worker for 14 years, and then I basically just used to go to the market and just get those. So I basically customise stuff, make tote bags, customise snoods. I'm doing a charity collection of snoods, with kind of leopard print, but it's really time consuming, and I do have another separate kind of Instagram page, but again it's not really very. So I would like to develop that more, but again I'm tired now. Yeah, time, and I'm goddamn tired. I mean, I'm going to need to have a 3-hour nap after this. But anyway, I've rambled on long enough, and it's amazing to be asked to do something like this, because I was just like, me, what, eh? I am, if we get details at the end, I'm going to be doing the 5K Race for Life in 2 weeks on the 18th of May, if anyone wants to sponsor me, in Regent's Park. But I'm also going to be doing the Vitality UK with, if anyone knows Bowel Bay, Deborah James. She's probably the most famous bowel cancer patient in the world. Thanks, Deborah, for repping us. And I'm hopefully going to do my local half marathon. But if we all exchange details, and please do, feel free to come race.
All the details of the speakers and a few of the people that are or were supposed to be there are at the back with their names and etc. if you do want to, but now you understand, right, why I'm a fan, right? Thank you. So next up is Rihanna.